Hi, Utipable here. Let me tell you a story. At the iron gates of the Danube, Emperor Trajan looked at the cliff and saw the sort of thing that usually ended careers, budgets, and the confidence of entire civilizations. The river below boiled like a pot of offended soup, and the limestone wall rose straight up with the smugness of an enemy fortress. His engineers reported, with the careful tone of men speaking to a ruler who disliked the word impossible, that there was no shore, no soil, and no civilized place for a road. Trajan nodded as if this were a minor inconvenience, like rain on a parade. He ordered a road anyway. The laborers began work with the grim enthusiasm of people who had been told that gravity was negotiable. They cut a narrow groove into the cliff and set huge wooden beams into the rock, one by one, like nature had been bullied into becoming architecture. Above the rapids, a hanging roadway took shape, absurd and elegant, as if a bridge had been built by a carpenter with imperial anger. The soldiers watching from the riverbanks laughed at first. Then they stopped laughing when supply wagons rolled across the finished path and did not immediately plunge into history. The wagons creaked, the beams held, and the Dacian frontier lost one of its favorite excuses for resisting Roman conquest. The project demanded thousands of workers, endless stone dust, and a level of discipline that suggested the entire empire had been assigned to carry oak timbers uphill. Food had to be hauled in, tools were dropped into the river, men cursed the cliff, and someone, inevitably, announced that the emperor had become personally offended by geography. In the end, the road did what Roman roads always did. It turned a battlefield into a timetable. The Tabula Traiana still clings to the cliffs as the last surviving witness, while the original roadway sleeps beneath rising waters, as if the Danube itself finally decided to keep a souvenir. Scholars today admire the precision of the beam holes and murmur about load distribution, tension, and engineering genius. The Romans would have appreciated the praise, but only after reminding everyone that the real triumph was simpler. They did not ask the mountain whether it wished to cooperate. They carved a path, marched across it, and made even the river look like it had accepted the inevitable.